love the way that Padme speaks firmly, but not rudely. There's a difference between being aggressive and being assertive. And again, that's something that Ahsoka just does not understand. People see her being aggressive and they're all like, oh, strong female character, look at her go, she don't take that from people. It's like, no, she's just being rude and like aggressive. Padme is a good example of a character being assertive without being rude and aggressive and Ahsoka. That's the best way to put it. Padme does get her share of ill treatment in this show because the writing in this show sucks, but she is one of the better characters.
Yeah.
To love is to trust. To trust is to believe.
So this just confirms that Ahsoka never gave a crap about Anakin or anyone on the council?
I guess, yeah. Though applying it to this episode, this is the first in the Padme and Red Flag dude.
Red Flag dude.
I think they're trying to say that Padme does love him. Or are they trying to say, oh, Anakin needs to love/trust Padme? I was actually thinking about this recently, completely separate from TCW. There's an old Greek myth about a girl named Psyche and Cupid, and she doesn't trust Cupid, and he actually, like, when she proves that she doesn't trust him, he leaves. He's like, love cannot abide where there is no trust. And I was like, that's really true, right? Like, if you don't trust somebody, can you really say that you love them? You can trust someone without loving them, I would say, but you can't love someone without trusting them.
It's definitely an interesting question.
There you go. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, just hit the mic, why don't ya?
Okay, you know what?
Oh, it's Umbara. 'Tis on fire.
For operations to continue, there must be no war on Scipio.
There is no war within the walls.
I just can't take Scipio seriously.
No, me neither.
We will be traveling into the neutral zone.
But you can still be killed outside the neutral zone.
Would you get a load of that door? Oh, 2 of them. There's 2 doors.
It looks pretty cool.
It does. So what would they do if the power went out?
Die. I was more curious, like, if they just got raided while the doors were open, but you can't, like, shut them quickly.
That thing she's standing on looks so cool. It looks like the inside of a clock. Did Tekla just glare at him?
Yeah, she was just like...
This man is a known separatist and traitor to the Republic.
Padme.
I am sorry, gentlemen.
I am offended.
I insist this man be removed from these negotiations. Until then, we have nothing further to discuss.
I love the way that Padme speaks firmly, but not rudely. Her tone of voice is, no, I'm laying down what I expect, and that's it, period, right? But it's not rude. There's a difference between being aggressive and being assertive. And again, that's something that Ahsoka just does not understand.
Nope.
Right? People see her being aggressive and they're all like, oh, strong female character, look at her go, she don't take that from people. It's like, no, she's just being rude and like aggressive. Padme is a good example of a character being assertive without being rude and aggressive and Ahsoka. That's the best way to put it. Padme does get her share of ill treatment in this show because the writing in this show sucks, but she is one of the better characters.
Yeah.
How did you get a blaster into the neutral zone?
This is the part where you say, why do you have a gun anyhow? You're not a fighter.
It's not safe. We can't talk here.
I want to hear what he has to say.
Let's talk somewhere more exposed.
We can't talk here, so let's walk a few feet over here, and then we can talk. What?
Okay, I love that little...
It's like a little baby probe.
Okay, I love how they're standing basically still, and I'm assuming he's a pretty good bounty hunter.
It's Embo, so yeah.
And he's just like, alright, I got a beat on you. Now I'm just gonna move over 2 feet and shoot over there so that you can then duck.
Is he trying to scare them or is he trying to kill them?
I was under the impression that bounty hunters are usually hired to kill people.
Not always.
Not always. This is true. This is true.
Don't you see they're trying to kill me because of what I know? I can't stay here.
Well, but I can stay here? What if he was trying to kill me? People have tried to kill me before. How do I know he wasn't just trying to kill me?
You're insane to think I would ever trust you.
Is he telling the truth?
Yes, I'm sure.
So she's like, you'd have to be crazy to think I'd ever trust you. And then like 2 seconds later, I believe what he's telling me is the truth.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, no, what?
too.
Why? Why are
And,
they
like-
coming at it from the angle of, oh, Padme needs to trust Clovis, and to love is to trust? Like, she's married, and she has no reason to trust this guy. What the heck?
It's one of those things that it's like, because like I know what it's like. You say something to one person, you're cynical, you know, in the heat of the moment, whatever. And then you're talking to someone later and you're like, yeah, they kind of did have a point, or like, I think, you know, they were right or whatever, right? Like, you change your tune after you've had some time to think about it. But like, it's just difficult when it's 30 seconds apart and you don't get the sense when she's like upset at him that she's just like saying it because she's upset, because she's got a reason to say it, and you've seen that reason, you agree with that reason. And then 30 seconds later, without any hesitation, without any kind of like, maybe he might be telling the truth, like, I think I should follow through on this because he seemed like sincere, and I'm gonna be cautious about it, but like, I'm gonna see where this leads, right? It's not like that. It's like, yes, I'm sure he's telling the truth. I would never doubt him. And it's just 180-degree flip. And so it's just jarring because it happens so fast. And it's just so complete. Oh, that was a cool transition. I love how they're right there and then they have the screens right there. I mean, like, I guess you can see their faces better on the screens because it's, like, bigger and zoomed in, but, like, still, it's just kind of funny. Like, I'm here and I'm here! Tekla's just, like, hovering in the background, like, you try anything, boy?
These are war profiteers. I've exposed that before. Nobody cares.
Truth is not on the battlefield.
What do you mean truth is not on the battlefield?
I've exposed war profiteers before, and nobody cares. Truth is not on the battlefield. What are you on, man? I'm like over here, and you're like over there. Like, TCW dialogue, man.
It's great. It's just great.
That's gonna be my new tagline.
Okay.
Like, okay.
And everyone who reads it will be like, what?
Exactly. I gotta say, it must be fun to kind of like design crazy doors. The ones in Avatar are fun to watch too.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that door reminds me of the Fire Temple door in Avatar.
Where are you going? This was your idea.
It was Padme's idea.
I've decided to accept Clovis as the representative of this transaction, as long as I can go into the vault and accompany the fund throughout the entire process.
He just was like, yeah, no, this is a good idea. Let's do this idea.
It is only fair that we are transparent and agree to these terms. What harm will come of it?
I guess any excuse to keep him there.
I should very much like for you to await the senator's return.
Nobody cares about Tekla though.
She be sneaking.
Shade away. I love how Tekla knows exactly where to go, even though she was like on the other side of the room while they were like going over the plan, and then she's like, hey, I'm going to bed.
If you don't mind, Senator, I will retire for the night.
But she's just like, oh yeah, I just go up here and over there and climb up around there and I just put this thing on there and...
Very convenient. No! Tekla!
Okay, I'm upset because Tekla died.
Yeah, same.
I'm upset because Tekla died in a stupid way. Because it's like, oh, there's a very clear, like, laser lights. Okay, now it's... And instead of, like, running or, like, you know, like, anything, she's just like, oh no, oh no, oh no. It's like, oh, come on, Tekla, you're better than that. Right? Like, even if she, like, ran and he got her anyway, it's like, okay, he's a really, like, skilled bounty hunter, except for last night. He was just tired, I guess. Actually, yeah, maybe, there you go. They had to have Tekla stand still, because otherwise Enbo wouldn't be able to hit her.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, you know, you can have her run and then he gets her, right? At least she tried, and then you're building his character up too, right? Because it's like, it's a moving target, but whoop-de-doo, I'm a good shot. But then, yeah, you have this problem where it's like, oh, well, we had to have him miss, like, earlier when they were standing still on a balcony, and there was no little red light. Okay, you can either have the little red light or no little red light. So if you have the little red light, maybe Padme sees it on Clovis, and then she's like, get down, right? And, you know, just as Enbo fires, right? But I think they wanted to have that moment where Clovis grabs her instead, and then she's like, get your hands off me!
Take your hands off me.
But, like, yeah, I wouldn't have that stupid... I would just have, you know, Padme, like, you know, get down, right? And then, yeah, he keeps firing at Clovis, and she, you know, gets into the cover of the apartment, and there you go. Without the little red light, there was a moment they had where they're kind of standing still, but then he kind of reaches for her, and she pushes him, like, no, don't touch me, get off me, right? And you could have it that that's when he fires, right? So he would have shot Clovis, but because Padme pushed him off of herself, then just as he shot, right? And then again, you have the whole, oh, get down, run away, blah, blah, blah. And then Enbo just is like, well, he's behind a little wall and he's never gonna come out, so I may as well just leave.
Also, like, why the heck did Enbo even let Tekla plant the bomb in the first place?
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like, did they know that Clovis was planning to shut down the power? So Enbo's like, I'd better camp out here because Clovis is gonna come. And then they stopped Clovis from going? Like, how did Enbo know to be there? And then again, yeah, either you don't have the little light with Tekla, so she's just like, you know, walking back, and then she gets shot, or you have the little light, and she sees it, and she's like, oh crap, and runs, because she spent enough time with Padme. I'm sure she would know if a little red dot appears, it's, you know, and if you had the little red dot the evening before, then it would be doubly like, okay, she would know what that is. So then she tries to run, but Enbo gets her anyway, because there wasn't much cover there. And so he'd be able to get her before she got to a spot where she could get undercover. But you're absolutely right. Like, why let her plant the thing first? Maybe have it that he tries to shoot her before she gets the thing on there, but then she ducks behind something and then just, like, you know, hits the buttons and then throws it, and, like, you know, she has to kind of get away from it because there was a big, you know, explosion electrical thing. And so then she's, you know, trying to get back to somewhere else, and then he gets her, right? A little bit of action, a little bit of interest. She looks cool, he looks cool, everyone's happy.
What happened to the lights? I can't see a thing.
What happened to the lights? I can't see a thing, as there's like a million lights blinking on and off, and I mean, it would be a bit disoriented, but if you've been in that vault a million times, you can find your way around your own house when the power goes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you kind of like do a bit of this, but like, oh, I'm lost, I can't see anything. That is literally the fastest upload thing I've ever seen in these situations. Usually it's, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, and is going. Hurry, 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 hurry.
You are under arrest for espionage.
No!
How did they know?
This way, Master Jedi.
I love how dramatic they're being. Like, we know it's Anakin.
I'm so glad to see you.
Ah, I guess I'm not only useful for fighting wars after all.
What?
They say Tekla is dead.
The Munes say she sabotaged the power grid.
Oh, that's
Oh.
So that makes sense, I guess, that, they find Tekla by the bomb site, and they're like, okay, well, obviously, Senator Amidala. But, like, at the same time, it's like, it doesn't make sense. She was in the vault, and if they had come in and been like, aha, right, because they see the things that they've got, like, you were in on it, and, you're under arrest for espionage, that would kind of make sense, but they just walk in and they're like, oh, well, your handmaid was obviously part of some plot, and so you're under arrest for espionage, because, you were in the vault with our guys, and you got lost in the dark, and then you came out, and you were 5 seconds after our own guy.
Where is the senator?
We got separated in the darkness.
I'm here.
So, I don't know how you would have had time to do anything. And then, you were clearly upset at the experience.
What is going on?
So, you're under arrest for espionage.
Okay.
Like, that doesn't make sense. It's the slimmest connection.
TCW logic.
Yay!
No one is capable of conducting proper investigations in this show.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, they're inside the neutral zone. Tekla got shot. Who shot Tekla within the neutral zone? This is not a question we're going to ask?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
And then, yeah, as soon as Clovis is mentioned, Anakin
Freaks
loses
out.
his mind.
You have to get me out of here. Clovis is...
Clovis? What exactly does Clovis have to do with this?
Like, it's kind of understandable, because last time she got involved with Clovis, she got poisoned and almost died. So, I can understand where he's coming from.
How could you ever put your trust in a man like Clovis after what he did?
It's one of those things. It's like, it's not his reaction to it that's the problem. It's how he's expressing his reaction, right? Yeah, because absolutely what he's saying is reasonable. How could you trust this guy? Last time you were involved with this guy, like, you almost died, so, like, I'm not cool with this. But, like, he freaks out and he's yelling at her, and, like, that's not appropriate.
Did she mention that she's in league with Clovis? What led Anakin to jump to the conclusion that she was trusting Clovis?
She literally just said his name. You've got to get me out of here. Clovis has... Clovis?
What? Why wouldn't he assume that Clovis is working against her? And that's why she's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. Why would he assume, oh, you're working with Clovis? Like, what?
Yeah.
How do you come to that conclusion?
TCW. Just...
No.
It's all good.
Why is it that when Clovis is around, your excuse is always that you're doing it for the Republic?
I thought her excuse was always, I'm doing it for the Republic. Like, that's a pretty, like, central part of her character is she lives for her cause.
Yeah.
She risks her life for her cause. Always. Like, from meeting her, she was always taking risks for her cause as long as he's known her. It's one of those things that bugs me so much. It's because, like, Anakin's not a healthy person. He's unstable and he's a little bit crazy. But because the writing in TCW is just so bad across the board, truth is not found on the battlefield. It's like, is this them writing Anakin well because he's overreacting and he's being unreasonable and stuff like that? Or is this them just making his character crappy because it's like, oh, see, he's getting closer to Revenge of the Sith Anakin, and so he's... Because, like, I've had people tell me that before. They're like, oh, you know, Anakin in the, you know, first seasons, he's like a nicer guy, and, you know, he doesn't lose his temperature. He doesn't lose his temperature. Doesn't lose his temper, right? But, like, there's this slow decline, like, as you get further into the seasons, then he becomes a bit more, like, aggressive and, you know, flies off the handle easily and, like, blah, 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 right? And so you can see this progression from Attack of the Clones Anakin to Revenge of the Sith Anakin, right? And this is part of what fixes Anakin. And, I mean, when we first started watching the show, it wasn't until, like, well into season 3 that we even really started to pick up on all the problems with Ahsoka, and then kind of since then I've been focusing more on Ahsoka. But I don't really want to rewatch the series focusing on Anakin, but part of me feels like I should, to kind of like see if that's true or if he's all over the place just like Ahsoka. My guess would be
pretty sure
he's all over the place. But yeah, and it's also like Attack of the Clones was when he slaughtered men, women, and children in the Tusken Raider village. Like, so to have him be like capable and like fine with doing this horrific mass slaughter, and then, oh, wait, no, he's this nice guy, and then he slowly comes down to Revenge of the Sith, and like, that doesn't make sense. And so...
Like, even this moment here is pretty much completely undermined by season 7, because I don't remember the Bad Batch arc as well, but when Anakin shows up in like the final 4 episodes, he seems to be doing great.
Oh, but that's because Ahsoka's back. He's all happy. Because, like, people have said that now. That, like, oh, he's so happy at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith because he just got to see Ahsoka.
What the hell is wrong with these people?
I don't know. But it's one of those things that they make him seem like such a crappy person. And so then that makes Padme look stupid because she's, like, cool with all this.
Well, she already looked stupid from the prequels. I slaughter them like animals. It's okay. I still love you.
Yeah, no, I guess it doesn't work for Padme, right? Like, you could use that with someone who's very clearly been portrayed as kind of like a classist, right? And they're just like, okay, yeah, so you slaughtered a bunch of, you know, animals. Oh dear. You know, they killed your mom, like, that's awful, right? Like, I understand, and they're like, it's okay, I still love you, right? But Padme's been pretty clearly portrayed as someone who cares for all races of people, and, you know, she doesn't view some as lesser or better, or so that doesn't make sense for her. And so it's one of those things, right? It's like in the movies, when you see Anakin with Padme, usually it's like all the crappy stuff, all the crappy treatment, the anger, you know, it was directed elsewhere.
Yeah.
But not at her.
Yeah.
But in TCW, it's directed at her.
You know, what the heck?
And so when I say it makes her look stupid, it's because it's like, okay, I can suspend my disbelief that someone would be like, okay, yeah, like, I know there's good in you because, like, look at the way you treat me all the time. I'm gold to you. Like, so obviously you are capable of love and compassion and care and, like, good. And we just gotta, you know, bring that out more so that you direct that at other people too. But when you're being mistreated too, and it's like, I absolutely understand in real life people put up with a lot of crap in like domestic abuse situations and stuff like that, and I'm not trying to say anything about those situations. I'm talking specifically about Padme here because she's been shown as someone who doesn't take crap from people. Look at the way she reacts to Clovis. Like, he broke her trust, he did not treat her well, and so she's just like, gone. And so for her character towards someone else, like toward Anakin, be like, oh no, this is okay, that you just treat me like crap, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. So it just frustrates me so much, is like, because they're making Anakin look like really bad, and they're kind of messing with his character, because his whole thing was Padme is on a pedestal. I cannot let anything happen to Padme. But then TCW Anakin is like, oh, Padme, just like, what's wrong with you? And you're such a problem. And I can't trust you. And blah, blah, blah. Like, he's just mad at her all the time and doesn't treat her well. And then she's just okay with that. And it's like,
You know, maybe I'll just leave you here. You've already been released into my custody. You better come with me before I change my mind.
What? Maybe I'll just leave you here. Oh, but you already been released into my custody, so I guess I'll bring you along. what the heck was... Oh my goodness. He didn't act like that much of a child even when he was a child.
The discs may be outside the city at Clovis's private residence.
Fine. R2, have the ship ready in case I need you.
why don't they take the ship to his private residence?
Maybe they're trying to be inconspicuous.
And I love how he freaks out when she says Clovis's name, but then when she's like, oh yeah, I know where his private residence is, then he's just like, oh, okay.
Last time you needed my help, I ended up poisoned, and you did nothing.
That's not true.
You gonna give us the disc?
What? So you can leave me stranded like last time?
It's interesting because Padme is like, oh, you didn't do anything. And he's like, oh, I tried. I don't remember exactly how everything played out, but like, it seems to me she just heard evidence that like Anakin knows that Clovis did try to help, but he like left him stranded. And like, I understand it's not the best time to get into it, but like, I kind of like it when characters like take notice of something and speak up about it, and then are like, okay, never mind. I know this is not the time. Like she could just be like, you know, wait, he left you stranded? What? Or whatever. It's not important right now. You two just need to stop bickering so we can get out of here. But when you have these things and characters just pay no attention, it just bugs me.
Finally, Jedi senses!
Where have those been?
For
like
the last, 5 seasons.
And they disappear again. The Force just shows up when convenient. Kind of like Five's drug. Couldn't use your lightsaber to deflect that?
No, they had to go sledding.
Okay.
Okay.
This is worth it.
Yeah, this is worth it. Thank you for using the Force. Dude.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
This is making me think of In Search of the Castaways. Except they didn't have, laser swords and blasters.
I'm thinking of Sinbad.
Thank you for
thank you.
Why didn't he do that when he was behind him?
R2, hone in on my signal. R2?
Jump out. Wow, he waited that long? He would have just let them go over the cliff.
Good job, Anakin. Aww.
It seems your mission was a success, bounty hunter.
Wait, it was a success? He was just supposed to get them to leave the planet? That's what they were planning to do anyways!
What the heck? Okay. Super weird.
I got nothing.